Ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's a beautiful morning. Welcome to the Kakasungura YouTube channel, and a big thank you to each and every one of you for your immense continued support in growing this platform, and may God bless you abundantly. If you're watching this video, kindly I beseech you, the only support you can give me is by taking your 2 or 1 second, click that subscribe button, and of course, remember to turn on your notification bell so that once we upload a video, you are able to be notified. Ladies and gentlemen, today I will be presenting to you the William Ruto of campaign period and the President William Ruto in leadership. These have been two different people, ladies and gentlemen. The William Ruto, the Deputy President William Ruto, and President William Ruto himself, those are the two different people I want to present to you. And by the end of my analysis, I want you to find out the truth behind the high cost of living in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to respond to the question that truly, without blaming anyone, without blaming anything, what is the reality? What is the truth behind the high cost of living? I will be presenting to you a couple of videos in my presentation to argue my case. Ladies and gentlemen, first, before I proceed, I want you to listen to this video. This is William Ruto speaking. All the videos I want to present to you, except one, are videos of William Ruto when he was the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya and when he was running his campaigns ahead of the 2022 general election. Can we take a few minutes and listen to this video?
Ile cartel ya ufisadi iko pale ndio inasababisha bei ya mafuta hapa Kenya kuzidi bei ya mafuta Uganda. Na hiyo mafuta inapitia Kenya ikienda Uganda. Jameni, unaweza kutueleza vipi ati bei ya mafuta hapa Kenya mahali ni karibu na mahali mafuta inatoka iko bei juu kuliko Uganda, na Uganda inachukua mafuta kutoka hapa kwetu? That is the explanation that Kenyans want to know. The corruption cartel at the Ministry of Petroleum should explain to Kenyans why dealers have increased their profits from 9 shillings to 12 shillings. Why the ministry is protecting the whole market and operates now like a cartel that is hurting the ordinary people of Kenya, to the extent that fuel products in Kenya are more expensive than fuel products in Uganda, and yet the same fuel products come from the same destination, pass through Kenya before you go to Tanzania, or even you go to Uganda. The people at the Ministry of Petroleum have questions to answer, and the corruption cartel in the Ministry of Energy must be broken for the prices of fuel products to come down. We must say it unequivocally that there is no other reason. It is not even about the taxes. It is about the corruption in the Ministry of Petroleum that is aiding a few companies to make super profits while the ordinary citizen in Kenya is suffering high prices. The cartel at the Ministry of Petroleum Products must be dismantled for fuel products, their prices to come down. And we expect it to happen yesterday. We do not expect it to continue because there is no reason why fuel products in Kenya are higher in terms of price than in our neighboring countries. Yet the fuel products pass through Kenya to those other countries. So watu wasiendelee kutupigisha story ati imekosekana mtu ya kujibu. Inakosekana mtu ya kujibu namna gani? Na tuko na a whole state department that is responsible for matters to do with petroleum in Kenya. So we want first the market must be liberalized. We cannot continue to have a market that is protected for the benefit of a few people making super profits and millions of Kenyans suffering at the hands of a few companies that are making super profits and are being protected by a cartel at the Department of Petroleum in the Ministry of Petroleum and Mining.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are not my own sentiments. That is William Ruto speaking himself from his own mouth. And according to the video you've watched, William Ruto believes that the high cost of fuel in Kenya is because of the cartels in the Ministry of Energy. That is one fact. According to his speech, Ruto believed, before he became the president, he believed that the high cost of fuel in this country is because of the cartels in the Ministry of Energy. And he's saying there is no reason whatsoever why we should be buying fuel in Kenya at a high price as compared to Tanzania and Uganda. But what I don't know is if he had done a comparison between the three countries before speaking. In the video, Ruto is saying, watu wasitudanganye. Kudanganywa ni nini? According to the president by then Uhuru Kenyatta, he made it very clear. The cost of living in Kenya has been propelled by the war between Ukraine and Russia. But Ruto is saying, watu wawache kutudanganya. The high cost of fuel is because of the cartels in the Ministry of Energy. Another point I've noted from that video is Ruto strongly believed that the hike on fuel was entirely benefiting Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. That is according to him. That is what he understood. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to present to you the second video. I'm playing 4 videos when Ruto was running his campaigns. And out of these 4 videos, we want to get a common understanding of William Ruto on the high cost of fuel in Kenya. Can we listen to the second video? This is William Ruto speaking.
Where is the 39 billion shillings Petroleum Development Levy Fund meant for the fuel subsidy program as this crisis deepens? The Auditor General has already raised questions on the irregular and illegal diversion of these consumer protection funds to state agencies and unnamed private entities.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is William Ruto. From this second video, Ruto still believes very strongly that the high cost of fuel is benefiting Uhuru and Raila Odinga. The first video we played, Ruto believed the high cost of fuel is benefiting a few. One of them is Uhuru and Raila. In this second video, Ruto believes that still the high cost of fuel in Kenya, the high cost of unga in Kenya is benefiting few individuals. That is where Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Now in this video, Ruto is advocating subsidy to relieve Kenyans. So he entirely believes the only solution to this is only subsidy to relieve Kenyans. That is what he believes in. I want to present to you video number 3 before I proceed. And this is William Ruto himself speaking.
Wale wangwana wa handshake ambao sasa wameenda Azimio, hawa hawajawahi kulala njaa hata siku moja. Hawa hawajawahi kupiga lami kutafuta kazi hata siku moja. Hawajui bei ya mkate, hawajui bei ya maziwa, hawajui bei ya kiberiti. Ndio mimi ninawaambia hawa watu, badala ya sisi tunaosema tupange uchumi ili tupate ajira kwa vijana, wanasema tubadilishe uchumi ati wapate vyeo ya kugawana ya wadosi. Ati wakati tunawaambia tupange mambo ya kilimo, tuzalishe chakula zaidi, chakula ipatikane hapa sokoni kwa bei nafuu, ndio kila Mkenya aweze kulisha familia yake, wanatuambia tubadilishe katiba, tuongeze mamlaka ya rais. Wakati tunawaambia jameni, bei ya unga imepanda, bei ya maziwa imepanda, ya mkate imepanda. Hata kwa mara ya kwanza kwa miaka 40 bei ya chumvi ati imepanda. Wao wanatuambia tubadilishe katiba, hii mahakama inatusumbua, tuweke ombudsman ili watu wadogo wadogo wakienda kotini ati wanasumbuliwa na court orders. Wanataka judiciary ambayo inapigia magoti executive. Sisi tunawaambia my friends, tarehe 9 mwezi wa 8 ni tarehe ya muhimu sana. The people of Kenya have a date with the destiny on the 9th of August this year, because we are going to either go forward or we are going to go backwards as the people of Kenya.
From this video, there are a few points I have picked myself. One point is, according to William Ruto, Raila wants presidency ili kugawanya mamlaka. That's the first point. Point number 2. William Ruto, he is entirely not interested in creating positions, but helping Kenyans in lowering the cost of living in Kenya. And the last point, according to him, the high cost of living is because of the handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before I proceed, the first assignment that William Ruto did immediately was sworn in was kugawanya viti. He created positions. He created the position of the Prime Minister, which is not in the Constitution. He rewarded his loyalties, creating positions, and kugawanya mamlaka. Video number 4. And this is the second last video I'm playing before I introduce to you Ruto after being sworn in. Can we listen to him?
Na mimi nataka munisikize. Mahali tumefika leo, mahali tuko leo, kwamba bei ya unga imefika shilingi 200. Nataka niwaulize, 250 inaelekea shilingi 300, ni kweli ama si kweli? 2018, kabla ya mambo ya handshake, bei ya unga ilikuwa shilingi 75. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Ni kweli ama si kweli? Na katika mpango ya Big Four, one of the pillars ya Big Four ilikuwa ni mambo ya kilimo na mambo ya food security. Lakini wakati tuliachana na mpango ya Big Four, hawa majamaa wakaingia ndani ya handshake, wakasambaratisha ile mpango, wakaondoa subsidy ya fertilizer ambayo tulikuwa nayo. Ndio leo tumefika hapa mahali unga ni shilingi 250 na Wakenya wengi wanalala njaa. Wakenya wengi hawawezi kulisha familia zao. Mimi nataka nitangaze nikiwa hapa Mombasa ya kwamba kwa mapenzi ya Mungu, hii janga la mambo ya njaa katika taifa letu la Kenya lazima tuikabiliane nayo. Wale waliosambaratisha mpango wa Big Four, wale walioharibu ile mpango ya kilimo na chakula, ni watu ambao hawajawahi kulala njaa hata siku moja.
In this video number 4, Ruto believes that the high cost of living is because of Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta. He still believes the high cost of living is because of the handshake, ladies and gentlemen. And he is even saying that Raila Odinga advised Uhuru Kenyatta to increase the cost of salt, the cost of unga, the cost of fuel, and other essential commodities. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what we have just watched from first video, second video, third video, fourth video, there are common points in those videos. Point number 1, Ruto believes the high cost of living is because of the handshake between Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga. That is a fact from the 4 videos. Point number 2 from the 4 videos. William Ruto believes that the high cost of fuel in Kenya is because Uhuru Kenyatta is benefiting from the high cost of fuel. Point number 3 from the 4 videos is Ruto strongly believes that bringing down the cost of living can only take a day. You call the Ministry of Energy, tell them reduce the cost of fuel. Point number 4 from the 4 videos, Ruto entirely believed that the high cost of fuel was benefiting a few cartels in the Ministry of Energy. Point number 5, Ruto believes that Raila alipeleka Uhuru Kenyatta, wakaketi chini akamwambia, sasa ndugu, hii mafuta pandisha kidogo, hii unga pandisha kidogo, hizi commodities pandisha kidogo. That is what he believed. Ruto is now the president. Ruto is now the big brother. He now owns Kenya. He is now the ruler. He has the powers. Ladies and gentlemen, I am surprised that William Ruto, when he was being hosted by Al Jazeera, Ruto wa Kenya, hii ndio tunaita kukutana na reality head on. Yaani kumenyana na ukweli ana kwa ana. Hii ndio inaitwa kukutana na shock. President Ruto ameingia katika serikali. Ameingia State House. Ameenda kutafuta buttons za mafuta mahali zinafinywa State House. Hakuna. Ameingia State House. Ameingia room zote mpaka bedroom. Ametafuta mahali buttons za kufinya unga irudi chini. Hakuna. Jamaa ametembea nje ya State House, ameleta mpaka mapasta. Amewaambia, nataka muongee Rika Shakaba, muongee ndimi hapa kwa State House. Wakitafuta kila mahali, kama wataona buttons za kurudisha cost of living chini, hawakupata. Hakuna mahali. Ruto ametembea Uganda. Ruto ametembea Tanzania. Ruto ameenda Ethiopia. Ruto ndio yule New York City, Ruto ameenda sijui ni wapi, ameenda sijui kuzika Mama Elizabeth, kutafuta kama atapata mahali, atafinya the high cost of living irudi chini. Hajapata kitu. Now my question is, interestingly, or let me ask, what is the reality behind the high cost of living? Ameitisha mikutano ya economic experts in this country. Ametafuta majibu. Ameenda Ministry of Energy kama atapata hao cartels alikuwa anasema. Amesijui ameenda ametembea ofisi zote kutafuta hao cartels wafueli mahali wamejificha. Hajapata hata mmoja. Hakuna ndugu yangu. Amefanya mkutano wa wachungaji State House, wakafunga milango yote kutafuta cartel in the midst of energy. Hakuna hata mmoja, hakuna. Halienda kupita kote, kama halienda kupita State House Road, hakatembea, hakakwenda Karen akajifungia, hakatembea kila mahali aone kama atapata fertilizer yenye bei ya chini. Hakupata. Sasa ilibidi ile subsidy alikuwa nakataa, ikabidi sasa aitumie. Now I want you to listen to William Ruto when he was being interviewed on Al Jazeera, an international television. Let's first listen what he's saying. This is William Ruto speaking in London.
Whatever the proposition, we must bring the conflict to an end.
Even if Russia benefits from its aggression?
The position of Kenya is that we need a peaceful resolution, a mechanism that will bring the war to a stop, because whatever it is, we are all bearing the brunt of what that conflict portends for us. High food prices. We cannot access fertilizer. We cannot pay for fertilizer. Transport for commodities, cereals, fertilizer is all clogged up with the sanctions around it and with everything else that come with it. Our position is that in a war there is no winner and there is no right or wrong. I think the most important thing is for us to stop the war. Let us get ourselves first to peace. Then the other processes can follow. We can then discuss who did what was right, what was wrong. But I think in the context where we are today, with high food prices, with global challenges of fertilizer supply, with global challenges of cereal supply, with people faced with drought and famine in many areas, with the challenges of climate change, we do not have the luxury to be pious, to say, oh, I am right, he's wrong.
Okay. Simple. In simple terms, the president has hit to the wall. Amefika mwisho. Ile propaganda ya kampeni yote imegonga mwamba. Ile propaganda ati handshake ndio ilikuwa inafanya mafuta inapanda Kenya imepotea. Ile propaganda ati kulikuwa na cartels kwa Ministry of Energy imepotea. Ile propaganda ati watu wamekula subsidy ndio maana bei imepanda imepotea. Ile propaganda ati handshake ndio ilifanya maisha kupanda imepotea. Ile propaganda ati Raila ndiye aliadvise Uhuru waongeze bei ya chumvi imepotea. Ile propaganda ati kuna watu who are benefiting from sijui high cost of fuel, imepotea. Now Ruto is back. President Ruto is back to his normal reality. And he has summarized the whole propaganda and innuendos to one sentence. The war in Ukraine and Russia is the one which has increased the cost of living. Period. But then, William Ruto, when he was launching his manifesto, or before even I go there, Ruto claims in this interview that number one, there is need to end the war between Ukraine and Russia. Why? The high food prices is because of the war. Ruto himself, from his own mouth. The high cost of fertilizer is because of the war. Ruto himself, from his own mouth. Transport of commodities has increased. Why? Because of Russia and Ukraine. Ruto himself. Now he is proposing that for the high cost of living to go down, the only solution is to see mechanisms to bring to an end the war between Ukraine and Russia. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, in his manifesto, Ruto said that the blame on Ukraine and Russia by Uhuru Kenyatta, that is the reason why the high cost of living is increasing in Kenya, does not add up, does not have merit. That is according to him. And I want to repeat that video. You listen to it. This is Ruto when he was launching his manifesto. Listen what he's saying about the high cost of living.
Will help us deal with the animal of cost of living. There is a paradox. Farmers, on one hand, looking for higher incomes for themselves, and consumers, on the other hand, looking for cheaper products. That's a contradiction. How do you sort out that paradox? Agriculture has the potential to sort it out for us. Investing in agriculture, a farmer who produces 10 bucks today per acre because they are struggling. The same farmer can produce 20, 25 bags if we supported them with a capital to plow in time, get the correct certified seed, get subsidized fertilizer, and ensure that the post-harvest challenges are managed. The same farmer in the same farm, just by capitalizing their operations, they can double their production. And when they double their production, it means they can sell at a lower price to the consumer. Therefore, the challenge of cost of living is not too scientific. The challenge of cost of living is increasing agricultural productivity, period. This whole story about Ukraine and all this is a lost cause. And I want to say the following.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have nothing to add, but I have a few points to the president. President William Ruto, We will tell you this, and we will keep telling you facts without hiding anywhere and without hiding anything. Please understand that now you are the president. Raila Odinga is not in government anymore. Uhuru Kenyatta is not in government anymore. There is no handshake in your government as we speak. You have absolutely nothing to blame. Please, as you said during your campaign period, that your first assignment is to lower the cost of fuel, is to lower the cost of unga, is to lower the cost of commodities. Please walk the talk. We want you to lower down the high cost of commodities. We don't want to know whether it is Ukraine or Russia. Please, you promised Kenyans, give them what you told them. We want the hustler funds as urgent as possible. Because you told us openly, your first assignment in office, sio kugawanya mamlaka. The first assignment as the president-elect is entirely to bring down the high cost of living. Please do so. We are not begging. We are not asking. We are demanding because you promised us. That's what we want. No excuse. Tusiambiwe ni Ukraine, hapana. Tusiambiwe ni Russia, hapana ndugu. We want you to deliver as you promised Kenyans. There is no shortcut. There is no handshake. There is no Raila. There is no Uhuru Kenyatta. You are alone. There is no opposition. There is no judiciary. There is no SEC. There is no DCI. Please, Ruto, deliver to Kenyans. That is the only solution. God bless you. I salute to Kenyans. Mungu abariki. Asante.